Are you watching us? No. Can you?
Yeah, we'll see.
We are on our way back to take on the world. We are. Somebody's on. How are you guys? Who's asking? Hey, Marcy. Marcy's on. I guess she can see us then. It's just 2 people are watching. Sweet. So we are on our way back from Take on the World. We had an amazing time. Yeah, we had a great time.
I will probably look down at my phone because I can't read the comments. So, TNG.
I don't know who TNG is.
I don't know who TNG is.
We're doing good, TNG. Whoever you are, hi. We are 41 miles currently from St. Louis. We thought since we didn't do an episode Saturday night, we'd do one now. We were going to do one Saturday night, but the Wi-Fi there was horrible. And inside the building, we could get no 4G coverage on our phones because it's a big metal building. And so we didn't go outside. Plus, we were just having fun hanging out with people. So, hey, Cindy,
Mafia.
We played Mafia 2 nights. I had a blast with that. Had something happen with Mafia I've never had happen before. Ended up with a stalemate at the end of the first game that we played. It was the nurse that was left and 1 Mafia member. So there's no way to end that. Well, other than it's a draw, basically.
Yes, Eli or Dustin and Walker played basketball.
Yeah, this old man, fat man, got out there and decided to play against. How old is Walker? 14.
Yeah.
Play a little one-on-one against him, and neither one of us are really basketball players. So we ended up after 10 minutes, where it was just like first basket wins, and
it was quite funny.
I finally nailed the first basket. So. But yeah, we had a great time there. I didn't get to hear all the speakers I wanted to hear. It's just the schedule is just so cram-packed. I mean, you finish one session, you start the next session. Well, if what happened to us most of the time is, what she say? Where is your Armor coffee mug? I don't know if I have a Hebrew Armor coffee mug.
Yes, you do. It's at home.
Oh, it's at home. It's not enough. That's why. This is the 30 ounce. So that's the one I use all the time.
No, because at home is a smaller one.
It's only like 20 ounces, right?
Yeah, and his handle won't fit on it.
Hey, Bowman. I wonder who TNG is. Sounds like that. I don't know if they know if TNG. Who are you? Are you somebody we know? We just don't recognize your name. But anyway, I feel bad, like I should immediately recognize the initials, but I don't.
I've never seen them in the chat either.
Me neither. Anyway, so what was I talking about? I didn't catch all the speakers I wanted to, and the one though that totally shocked me, I was like, wait, what? Like this guy totally blew me away was Dr. Alfonso Manzo and the stuff that he talked about, like the Aleph Tav body.
So Nikki, it's my tag. Nikki. I'm a new follower.
Okay. Hi, Nikki. Dr. Alfonso Manzo and his stuff with the body, and they calls it the Aleph Tav body, and talking about the different what was even the word he used for it? Basically, these pathways through the body, how the body is designed and whatnot, and basically it's a lot of what he talks about sounds like new agey stuff, and it's not, obviously. The stuff that he is going over is based off of how God designed the body. And but you look at it this way, God's the one that designed our bodies. Satan's the one that tries to counterfeit things. So if you see a counterfeit, it's the enemy trying to counterfeit something that's legit. So like he gave the example in the first talk is, have you ever seen a counterfeit $3 bill? You haven't, because there's not a legitimate $3 bill. And he says, hey, have you ever seen a counterfeit penny? You haven't, because you only counterfeit things that are worth something. So these different things, these different aspects, he said, you're going to hear these different things. It's going to sound, it's going to sound new agey, or it's going to sound this like transcendental stuff or whatever. It's what he said. It's none of that. This is stuff going back to how God, we're figuring out the ways of how God originally naturally designed our bodies to work. And basically being able to get our bodies to function the way God designed it, using light, frequencies, and what was the other thing? What's the stuff that's in water, right? Light, frequencies, and water. Yes, that's it. Anyway, so I'm going to be going back and rewatching the shows that or the talks that he did, and any new stuff he puts out, I'm going to definitely be looking into it, because it's like totally. I did totally. It was like right up my alley, basically. So he wrote something down at the very beginning. It was it said like I'm trying to remember the Hebrew, and then there was something he wrote about quantum theory and electric universe, and there was one other thing in there. I forget what it was. But he broke out how these things are all tied together. So it was really good anyway. Who else did I listen to? I caught 2 of Nate Wolf's talks. I caught Daryl Lee's second talk. I caught Jake's second talk. But I didn't catch any of Rob's talks. I didn't catch Robbie's talk. See, I think they had them right after lunch. And usually when we did our lunches, we ran long. We had other people with us. So we'd end up just sitting around talking, having our meal, and we'd miss the next session. So
it was good.
Go ahead. I've been talking. I'll let you talk.
I only watched, or I went to them on Shabbat. So we saw the Lucases.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the Lucases.
Yes, and I really enjoyed that one a lot.
They were right.
Honestly, that was probably my favorite one. But I liked Dr. Alfonso's stuff. It just went like way over my head. Like, the thing with stuff like that is that if it goes too quickly, like I can't process it all.
And that's the thing he said, like with his second talk that he did, he said later on when we were talking in the lobby, he said that was a 2-hour talk that he condensed down into like 45 minutes. Yeah. So he said normally he expounds on a lot more, but basically it just was
way too much for me. And so that day I had the worst headache ever. I had a headache all day, like I could barely function. And so yeah, but we watched the Lucases and Victoria and Ryan, and I loved theirs. I don't even know what to say. There's so many things with what they said that made sense. One of the things that we've always said, and they kind of expounded on it, and it made me like thankful for our friends that we have. But one of the things that they talked about is that you have to be careful who you talk to about certain things. And I agree with that wholeheartedly. Like we have a group of ladies that I can go to and talk to about things. And they give me godly scriptural advice. It's not, crap. And there's only a couple that like I know I could go to about everything. It doesn't matter what it is. But the one thing and we've always kind of said this anyways, is that you can't give advice on something that you don't know anything about. So if you're not married, you can't give advice on marriage because you're not married. You don't have a clue.
And if you've been married and got divorced,
you still can't give advice
you shouldn't be
on marriage.
unless it's advice on here's what I did wrong. And looking back, here's what I did wrong. But still, even then, it's like it's better to take advice from somebody who's been successful at what they did.
And in all honesty, even in that aspect, you have to be careful because we've been married for 13 years. I'm not going to go talk to someone about my marriage that's only been married for 2 years or 3 years. Like, there's a lot of things that you go through and experience, and you need someone who has experienced those things too. But anyways, they talked about that a little bit, and rest area. I totally.
Still want to stop?
Yeah, I gotta pee.
Okay.
You can just pause it, or you can talk while I go to the bathroom.
That makes sense.
And so.
Yeah, you'll go too. I'll just sit here and talk to everybody.
So I totally agreed with that. But the biggest thing for me, I guess, I think the biggest takeaway for me.
Wait, you might not be going.
It's closed.
No, vending machine's closed.
No,
I think the rest area is closed.
Okay. The biggest thing for me that I got out of the whole weekend, honestly, though, was that before
There's trucks there.
Before this weekend, I had feelings towards somebody.
It says restrooms closed.
Well, I'll go squat in the trees. No, I won't, but I guess just go out. Darn it all.
In a quarter mile, merge onto I-70 West.
But I had feelings towards somebody that I had never met before, but there was just a feeling there that, on things, and Dustin knows, usually my gut is right.
When you say you had feelings towards somebody, it sounds like you're talking about
No, I'm not like those type of feelings. I had negative feelings towards someone. Like something wasn't right, something was off with this person. And Dustin knows that 99% of the time
Continue on I-70 West for 11 miles.
Correct on certain things. And I met this person this weekend. I don't want to say names or anything because I don't think it's anybody's business.
Does your brother have a big fat goatee?
I don't know.
Does he still drive a truck?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think that's him?
I don't know. It kind of looks like him, I thought.
No.
But I seen somebody the other day that looked like Ben Sherlin, and it wasn't Ben Sherlin. So.
Anyways.
It's a truck from Brighton, Michigan.
Anyhow,
Truck's pretty clean. It's probably not his.
I met this person. My feelings changed, and they were wrong. No, that's not him. I thought it was at first his tattoo, but I met them. My feelings changed. I was totally convicted. I talked to them and apologized, and all is good. And I hope they stay in our life forever. I'm trying to convince them to move to Arkansas. So
we're trying to convince everybody we love to move to Arkansas.
I think that was the biggest one of the biggest takeaways that I got through the whole thing is that online it's one thing, we see things, we see what people write, we even videos, they make videos, we see their videos, we may have a feeling or whatever, but it's not always exactly what you see. Like sometimes there's something else. Sometimes there's something else. that you don't see, and then you meet them and you're like, oh, and it changes. Let's see, what else did we get this weekend? The other thing, we met a really, really awesome couple that we pretty much somehow, I can't remember how the conversation started, but Gina and I, they said that they were here, they left their kids with his mom, and that they were here by themselves, and they had won a ticket, and that was the only reason that they was able to go, or they got be able to swing it or whatever. And so Gina and I was going to go make dinner for Shabbat, and we were in the car, and I said, why don't we ask them if they want to eat with us? And Gina's like, do you want to? And I was like, yeah, let's ask them if they want to eat with us. So we pulled to the side of the road because they were walking down towards the campsites, and we asked them if they wanted to eat with us, and they said sure, and they would love to. And so they came over, and Dustin came down.
I come walking down, and like that day, like their campsite next to us, there was when we first got there Thursday night, there was nobody in that campsite. Well, then Friday there was somebody came to the had set up at the campsite, but we hadn't met them yet. So when I came down for dinner, there's these two people sitting there. I'm like, "Oh, are you our neighbors?" Because they were sitting on the side of that campsite, and they're like, "No, we're over there somewhere." I'm like, "Oh, okay," And I just still didn't know until today when it's like, "How did you guys end up meeting up with them anyway?"
So, but they were like, "This is our first time ever having Shabbat dinner with anyone. They're completely by themselves where they're at. They have no fellowship with anyone." And it's just them and their kids. And so it was like, oh, well, we do this, like pretty much every week. And we always invite people. And so, but they were like, they fit right in. Like we had known them forever, like joking with us and different things. And so they were totally fun. We pretty much hung out with them the whole weekend.
Bless their hearts.
Bless their hearts, exactly. When they watch that, they'll get it.
Yeah.
When they watch that, they'll get it. So, yes, anyways, that was the other thing. That was like, we walked away with friendships that...
We got to meet some people in person that we only knew online, like Robert and Cindy Franco, who always watch our shows, and we got to meet them in person. Let's see, we got to meet Kevin Stoll, which is one of the other moderators with us from the Now UCTV Fellowship group. Got to meet Bowman82. I don't know if you're still watching. Mark Keats. Got to meet him in person. Who else? Well, I got to meet Robbie Davidson for the first time, and Rick Hummer, and got to meet Nate Wolf and his family.
It's probably our end.
It's probably our end because we're traveling. Got to meet the rest of Nate Wolf's family.
23 miles to St. Louis.
Who else? Oh, the Troyers. They're a family, another Hebrew family that's on Steemit. I found out because of Sims 50. I found out the day we were going up there that they were going to be there. So we met them. Met another guy who came up and introduced himself, JJ Youngblood. I think he's a YouTube moderator for Now UCTV, I believe. I know I've seen his name somewhere with a wrench next to it. So
there was a couple people that like said my name, and I was like, hi.
Oh,
like I don't know who they were.
Torontown. Oh, Gary and Faye Arbaugh. Got to meet them.
I was so excited. So I took my zoots to sell zoots there, and he came over on Friday and asked about zoots, and he said, well, hopefully I sell enough to come get a new pair. And at first I didn't know who he was, and I was like, okay, and left it at that. Well, then Saturday night, it was Sunday morning. I'm trying to think if it was after sundown or Thursday. That was Thursday. Sorry, there's so many days. Thursday is when he said that. Then Friday, I went over and realized who it was.
In 2
Neither
miles,
did we, Gina. We just decided
take
to.
the I-55 South, I-70 exit towards St.
I
Louis.
didn't know who he was, and I didn't know that's who he was. And I went over and I saw Tour Town's table, and so I was looking at their books, and they have these really cool kids books. I wonder if Eli could reach one. They have these really cool Tour Town kids books. Like they have all of the chapters, or they have the first 5 books, the tour portions, and they break them down, and they even break them down into days. So like if you homeschool or whatever, like it's not that it's not reading the whole tour portion like in one day. So they break it down through the week.
So you read so the kids end up reading the whole Torah portion throughout the week. Before is it before the Sabbath when you actually would read the Torah portion?
Yeah.
Cool. So by the time the Sabbath rolls around, they've already kind of got a heads up on.
They've already read the tour portion, and it comes with activities. So there's like word puzzles.
Use the left 2 lanes to take the I-55 South, I-70 exit towards St. Louis.
Okay.
There's like word puzzles, and there's coloring pages and different stuff. And so I went over to
Hi,
him. I
Ben.
was like,
Shalom.
I said, would you want to
Use the
do a
left 2
trade?
lanes to take the I-55 South exit.
And I said, would you want to do a trade? And he was like, well, what you got? And I was like, you said you wanted deep seats. So I said, would you be interested in doing deep seats for a set of the books? And he's like, sure. And so I traded the seats for the set of books, which I would have gladly paid the price. It was $50 for the whole set, and I would have gladly paid that because I think it's a great investment for Eli. Sukkot's going to be coming up, and then after Sukkot is when the tour portion restarts.
I-70 West.
So we'll start them then, and we'll actually use it as part of our homeschool curriculum. And it'll be it's a good thing. Eli is, when it comes to school stuff and things, Eli likes things laid out for him. Like he wants to know, okay, I got to do this day and this day. And he likes a plan and a schedule, and so do I. And so this has it all done. I don't have to do anything. It's already laid out for him, and it's a schedule, so he'll like that. So I was pretty excited about that. We also got these shirts. It says Yeshua, the Lion of Judah. You can't really see, but yeah.
If you lean in a little bit, they can see it.
Wish y'all safe travels. Good to see y'all live. Got to head out to work. Wish I could stay and watch. Talk to you later.
Who's leaving?
Nikki.
Hi, Nikki.
Have a good time at work. So we just got in. We're just getting into St. Louis.
Well,
We got about 6 hours.
We're on the
Half
outskirts.
hour, yeah.
We're on the 55. We're on 55 and 70. Where they? We're 7 miles from the river.
We camped all weekend though. We slept in the tent, and that was fun. I'm glad we decided to do that.
Yeah.
It was nice and cool. It wasn't hot at all.
Yeah, the very first night, I'm like, man, the temperature is perfect. I don't even need a blanket or nothing.
It was pretty cold the second night.
Yeah, the last 2 nights it got chilly. Eli got cold. Of course, he was sleeping by himself on the floor, and he woke up. I'm freezing. And so at one point, was it Friday night, I think, right? No, Saturday night. Saturday night, he woke up, and so then Cassie got out of bed, and she lay down on the floor for a little while. Then Eli curled up next to me, and I wrapped my blanket around him, so he got warmed up from my body, and then he got back on the floor again. Which I don't know why he gets cold, because he's such a he throws off heat just like what I do.
Well,
so.
like last night he was in his underwear.
Oh, that's why.
But I was glad that it was cooled off. It was a nice change from from Arkansas. It's 100-degree weather. So it's 100 degrees up there now, I think.
Yeah.
From what I saw this morning. But it was a nice cool. We like to sleep cool anyways. But But yeah,
we decided next year. We decided we're gonna go. We're gonna make plans. We're gonna go. But next year we will get a lodge or something, right? Or get in the lodge or get one of the cabins.
I don't even care if we sleep in the tent next year if it's nice, if the weather's nice. But we're for sure doing the meal plan because we missed out on some stuff because we had to come back and cook. And even though, and I'm glad, but the other thing, part of cooking though, was the fact that we did invite people to eat with us, and we just sat and like visited during that time. So it wasn't like, you know, it took that long to cook because I took the Instapot, and so it was like, bam, 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 thank you, ma'am, it was done. Just saying. And so it was like quick, you know, but we would visit and eat, and then you had to wash everything or clean stuff up and that.
We got dirty dishes we're bringing home.
I know. So it's like, so I think that we'll probably do the meal plan next year. We'll see. We loved the company. It was like, I gave Tara a hug at the end, and I'm like, you always have a place in my house. Like, y'all don't understand how Gino will get it, but they like fit right in. It was like, it's like we knew them forever, and we love them. They're part of our family. And so they got to move to Arkansas. So I don't know. We might do the lodge next year. I don't know. I just know that we will.
Gina said, "Bless your heart."
We might do the meal plan, or we might do the lodge next year. I don't know. If it's cool, I would like the tent. I like the tent. I enjoyed that part of it. But I don't know. We'll see. So one of the best things for us, though, honestly, was Eli. Wouldn't you say? Which is part of the reason that we said no matter what, we want to go back next year, because Eli had the best time. Eli, you want to talk about your time? What was your favorite thing?
Making a ton of friends. I made like 6 friends.
You made like 6 friends?
Yeah.
They got addresses. He got addresses. He exchanged address with a couple of kids, and
their actual mailing address.
Yes, they're gonna write to each other and be pen pals, which is really cool. He just had so much fun. Here's the deal, guys. When we go places, especially new places where I don't know people, I'm that mom that I don't care if he's 9, I don't care if he's 10, I would make him stay with me or stay within eyesight of me. Like, I need to be able to see you.
Need to know where you're at.
I need to know where you're at. You need to come check it with me every 5 minutes. And I didn't do that. I let him, Dustin and Gina, it's like, let him go. Let him show that he's, you know, his maturity. And he did awesome the whole weekend. I just let him go. And he behaved himself. We had 0 issues. And he had a blast. He had so much fun. He was wore out every night. I shouldn't say we had 0 issues. We did have a little bit of issues with him having a little bit of attitude, but that quickly changed once he realized that if he kept his attitude, he wasn't going to get to go play anymore.
Was it Saturday morning, right?
Yeah, that was Saturday morning. Yeah,
Saturday morning.
Friday night, he was like really uptight, and he's like we always, when we do Shabbat, when Shabbat comes, we have our meal, we eat together. Always. Even if there's people over, whatever, we always eat together as a family, as a group. And he was getting impatient, and so he kept bugging me about wanting to eat without anybody, and so he got in trouble. And then Saturday morning, but he kept his attitude through dinner and that evening. And so Saturday morning, he was told that he had to stay with his dad and I until he could show us that he wasn't going to have an attitude. So if he gave us attitude, or he asked to go play, he would have to sit there longer. And so he watched Nate Wolf's with you, and I slept in.
Slacker.
And then he watched Daryl Lee's too. So he watched those two, and then he also watched the Lucases with us. And then he was able to go play after lunch. We were late. It's always what's in time that causes issues. So it was like he did really good. He listened to everybody, and so he got to go play. And that was the only issue really that we had with him.
And it's not like sitting through those sessions was a punishment. It was just that, hey, you'd rather go play, but because you had this attitude, you need to stick here, with us, and I'm sure
which was good. I mean,
yeah.
Some of it, it was good for him to listen to. He's old enough to sit and listen. But what else? I sold a lot of seats. I gave just as many away.
You didn't give just as many away. You didn't give away as many as you sold. You sold like 40 pairs.
No. I started out with 80 pairs.
Oh.
I have about 35 left.
So that's 55 that you have left. So you're saying you only sold like 27 pairs? 28 pairs? And you gave 27, 28 pairs away?
No, I have 35 left. So 80 from 35 is 45. I probably gave away around 20.
Well, you count the ones you exchanged for like the Tourtown books and the other stuff?
No. Anyhow, it doesn't matter. We made enough to cover our trip and to give us a little bit of extra. I was able to buy something there with me. He also did it with Gina. She has as of yesterday, she had no foot pain at all, which is amazing because she's had foot pain for over a year and doctors can't figure out what's wrong with her feet. And she did 3 treatments with him.
She should have asked him if he's got anything that can cure diverticulitis.
I know. It probably would.
Yes, we went to Texas Roadhouse yesterday with John and John. Oh, cool thing about that. And
Yesterday we did make it to Texas Roadhouse, and it was so good. Oh, it was so good.
I'm probably going to do a video on this. I'm actually probably going to start doing some more, mini teachings or, the rolls. Oh my goodness, the rolls are amazing there at Texas Roadhouse. Mini teachings or here's my opinion on this matter. But I have an opinion on seats and how they should be worn. Some people, Rob Skiba, say that you should wear that seats. You don't have to wear them where they should be seen by other people. And I completely 100% wholeheartedly disagree with Rob Skiba on that matter.
It's not just him. I actually found that in a lot of the people that came over. Well, first of all, I realized how many women don't wear seats being there, which is totally weird to me. I mean, I knew it was a thing, but I guess in our group it's so common and everybody wears them that I was blown away at the amount of women that don't wear them, the amount of children that don't wear them, and the amount of people that feel that way that they hide them under their clothes.
So here's why I think they are supposed to be seen by other people.
Gina said, though, it's not a requirement to be seen, but it does help others. That's the thing.
I agree.
It is not a requirement.
God doesn't say it's a requirement that they're seen by others, but if you have a tassel hanging down from the corner of your garment, it's going to be seen. Especially if you think about the type of clothing they wore back then. It would have been seen by others. But here's what happened. When we were leaving Texas Roadhouse, there was a server grabbing a tray of them delicious rolls as we were walking out, and he seen us all going out, and all of us are wearing our Z seats.
Keep left at the fork to continue on I-55 South.
Did you say keep left, 55 south? Okay, good, right there. 44, yeah. So
You should go this way.
So, but he said, shalom, guys. I don't know who he was. I actually want to do a post on Facebook about it. Don't know who he was, but obviously he saw our seats. Obviously he himself was a Hebrew, or maybe he's a Jew. I don't know. But he was a server there. He wasn't wearing a yarmulke, so it wouldn't be Orthodox if he was. But I guess he saw a Hebrew and said shalom to us. Now, if it wasn't for our seats, he wouldn't have known. If he hadn't seen them, he wouldn't have known. So I don't know who that guy was, but I'm sure it blessed. I was blessed to be told that by him, and I'm sure it blessed his day to see some other Hebrews in the restaurant where he works. You know, he didn't talk to us. He wasn't our server. He just said he saw us on the way out the door, said shalom us, and that was it. You know. But that blessed me, and you know, I have friends that.
Do you guys hear the directions it's given us?
I have friends that, like, I have a friend who's a surveyor, and he travels all over the South, and lets your ZTs hang out. Yeah, I agree.
Well, I was going to say, Ben said it is a requirement to make for yourself. Yes, I agree that everyone absolutely at one point in time should make themselves a pair of ZTs. Just because it says to make for yourselves doesn't mean you have to make every pair. I agree that you should make at least one pair yourself, because honestly there's I feel anyways, when I make them and I make stuff for me, and when Eli makes his, there's a
I-70 Kansas Street.
emotion behind it, because we're doing something that the Father has asked us to do, and we are filling that commandment. We're filling that. So I absolutely think everybody should make at least one pair themselves. I will say that.
Right. But like I was saying, I have a friend who is a land surveyor. He travels all over the South, and he's always, when he's out and about, you know, because he's walking people's land, he's walking in towns, he's walking out in the country, he's always looking for somebody wearing tzitzits. And because he's looking for that brother, that person he might not know that is another Hebrew brother or sister, and the tzitzits will be a clear indicator. And he met a guy recently, and they got to sit and talk and have a conversation. If it wasn't for the tzitzits, they wouldn't have known. You know, it's not like we're all have a mark, you know, on us that, you know, because the Father hasn't marked us yet, but it's not like we all have a mark on us that tells us, you know, that that's who we are. Plus, if you want to take it,
that might be the mark.
If you mean the mark that the Father marks us,
Yeah.
there's an idea. I know a lot of people that wouldn't like that idea.
I'm just saying, who knows that that's not part of it?
Right.
Kansas Street.
So anyway, which lane do I need to be in? I think I can be in both lanes.
I have no idea.
I'm at 44 West, so I can be in both lanes. The St. Louis Arch is literally right
Oh, I
there.
wish you guys could see it.
To the right.
Welcome to Missouri.
Welcome to the Missouri. Not the Missouri. Missouri.
Use the right 2 lanes to take exit 40B west, then keep left at the fork.
It says use the right 2 lanes.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I know where I'm
Keep
going
left
from
at
here.
the
I can
fork.
get us. Well, leave it on until I display those things out. There you go.
Continue on I-55 south for 1 mile.
1 mile.
I'm with you, Gina. I feel weird when I don't have mine on too.
Yeah, I feel naked.
And I actually get kind of mad at myself, honestly, if I forget to put them on. Like if I go somewhere or something and I forget, it bugs me. Bowman's back. Welcome back.
Welcome back, Bowman.
We're still yapping.
We're still here. They're stopping for a potty break again. Jeez, was your bladder the size of a walnut?
Hey, we have to go to the bathroom too, but you haven't stopped for us.
Oh, I
I'm
forgot.
gonna go pee.
I forgot.
I'm gonna go poop, bro.
He lied.
Well, we just got demonetized.
Sorry.
No, we can't cut it out. This is live. Oh,
jeez.
man.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I want to get past St. Louis though.
Right.
Yeah, we're getting out
Rush
of St.
hour.
Louis.
What
Yeah.
to wait?
Yeah, look, we're right on time. I said we were going to hit St. Louis at 5 o'clock, and we sure are. So,
We left like an hour later than we wanted to. Oh, that's scary looking. Why would they have that on the
What?
probably
big
something for
huge?
Halloween.
So creepy.
Keep right at the fort to continue on I-44.
Anyway, what we're talking about, ZZ's wearing to be seen, right?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that wearing to be seen like, oh, look, I'm showing off. Look how big my ZZ's are, like what Yeshua talked about with the Pharisees. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that you shouldn't hide your ZZ's. You know, you think of the old, Sunday school song about taking your candle and hiding under a bushel. Oh no, I'm gonna let it shine, this little light of mine. Well, this little ZZ of mine, I'm gonna let it be seen. I wish I could pull it out here, but there it is.
That's the thing. It doesn't have to be.
There it is. Let it be seen.
It's not showing off. It's not.
Walmart. We get the S-Class from
You can
Walmart.
get them from Walmart. You can get them from Tractor Supply. You can get them from Home Depot. They are or Home Depot or Lowe's. Any kind of like, they're like a key ring. You can. It's for key ring.
Well, those ones aren't S-Clips, so they're key
Those
ring
are
ones.
S clips. The ones we have, they're like for keys or whatever. And
Okay.
I'm telling you.
I thought you were talking about the ones Gina had. That key ring.
I'm calling it.
So,
I am driving.
um,
I'm winching myself up
oh.
the side of a watchtower.
Oh, I hate rush hour. Glad I'm not driving. Boy.
I just winched myself.
Any
So anyway, that's my opinion that
Amazon, yes. You
There-
can get 'em on Amazon. I'll send you a link, Cindy.
here's another thing too. The Bible talks about that you don't charge your brother interest on something, but people of the nations, you can. Now, it doesn't expressly say it, but if you think, well, okay, that's a business practice, right? Like if you have a business and you're loaning somebody money, you don't charge your brother interest. You loan him the money freely as a blessing to him. When he pays you back, he pays you back. There's no interest. But the people of the world outside of the nation of Israel, then you can charge interest. Same thing, I think, for if you're selling products. If you're a Hebrew and somebody walks up and they're wearing ZZs too, you're like, oh, you're my brother. Hey, here's the price. Somebody from the world walks up, oh, you're not my brother. Well, this is the price. I mean,
They probably do that. I mean, Gina and Philip said in Israel that everything
There's a
is they
slowdown ahead.
bargain.
Yeah.
Like everything is you have to swindle.
and so see, like some friends of ours was telling us too, like the Amish community, they deal with each other. Like when they need stuff, they need things, they get it from the Amish. The Amish get what they need from the Amish. Now they've got no problem selling you their stuff. They'll take your money and bring it into their community. But once money comes into their community, it doesn't leave their community. They help each other out. They buy and sell from each other. Are you showing the bracelet?
I have mine on. You can't really see the letters because my skin's so white, but it says, where's your camera?
It's over there.
YHVH. And it has little tassels. I got some at Academy, some at Lowe's, some at Walmart, and some at Home Depot. I pick them up almost every time I see them. I know. I need to get more because we don't have enough. But yeah.
You don't have a problem if you keep losing your S-Clips.
So we are, let's see.
I've had the same S-Clips for
Bowman,
4 years.
that's what we need to learn how to do. Keep the money in our Messiah family.
I agree. Just like before we left to come up here, we had to have some mechanic work done on our van. We had to have a wheel hub put on, and we hired one of our Hebrew brothers to do it for us. You know, so that's the thing. That's why I think honestly, as community, there needs to be guys that are mechanics. There needs to be guys like Samson, who's an HVAC guy. There needs to be guys who are construction workers. That way we can go to them and be like, hey, you're my brother. I want to hire you for this job, you know, and we keep our money within our community. We help take care of each other.
Yeah.
We help support each other. So,
yep, I agree.
Yep, I agree.
Dad,
What?
so I can't.
Hey, if it's about your game, not right now, okay?
Apparently it's like this for a while because there's construction.
Yeah, the left lane's being shut down up here.
Yeah.
So these people are driving like they're in Arkansas, like, hey, we know this lane's been shut down for 3 weeks, but we're still gonna ride the left lane as long as possible
And then they like
and get
fly
over the last
like
second.
that. Oh, people are annoying. I'm surprised you're not doing like in your truck and blocking the road.
Why would I do that? I'm not in my truck. There's things out here bigger than me. When I'm in my truck, I'm the biggest thing on the road. So somebody gets
Some
mad at
audio
me, oh
problems.
well. Somewhat?
Some audio problems.
Anyway.
Not on the iPad.
It's
though.
probably because we're now in rush hour and everybody's out and about and on their phones. So
Yeah.
you want to just end it? We're at 47 minutes.
Whatever floats your boat.
Water floats my boat. I saw a video the other day though of an anvil, a big anvil, like, you know, a blacksmith would use anvil, floating, a big heavy like 300-pound anvil floating.
Yo, I am
How's
so
that happen?
tired. I keep yawning. I've literally been sleeping
I know.
off and on all day long.
It was floating in mercury because mercury is more dense than the steel of that anvil, and so therefore it floats. How's that work in gravity?
I almost told you to bring your shofar, and I wanted to bring ours, and then I didn't, and I wish you had. You blew that thing like crazy last night, though. Whoever else had one, and you blew theirs. You did the best one all weekend. So what do we have coming up? So in December is the Torah Sisters Conference in Michigan, and we are planning to go to that, the girls. So
Tell them what else is during that time.
well, when you get into St. Louis, you can't drive in the left lane.
Well, he can drive in the new left lane. That'll be the previous center lane.
Tell them what's during that conference.
And yes, Eli's birthday is during the conference.
You've got to get that paperwork done, by the way, too.
Yes, I know.
That'll be coming up.
Maybe I can do that this week.
Oh.
Maybe I can do that this week.
Are we home yet? I want to be home.
The medical stuff done. So I did do that Halo thing from Dr. Alfonso. He did my back a few times, and I can feel a difference, but it's still there. Cindy said we plan to come to Isaiah 46:10. Yay!
Woohoo!
So yeah, we plan on going to the sisters one, and then of course we'll be at the Isaiah 46:10 conference.
And then you're looking at me the Revive one, right? That's people told us about. That's in Tennessee.
You want me to go to that? I haven't decided yet.
Well, I didn't say I wanted to. I just said we should look into it.
Yeah, we'll probably look into that one. Apparently, we're just gonna start going to all kinds of conferences.
Well, she will, probably more than I will.
Conferences all across the world.
I don't know about that.
All across the world, Eli? I don't think we're going to go international just yet, buddy.
But so yeah, so the sisters one's next, then the Isaiah 46:10 one is after that. So I have a couple months to plan for both.
Just keep making seats the way you've been making them, and you'll have a whole mess of them. This hell.
I know. I need to take a break from making some though. My hands hurt.
Take a week off and then get back at it.
So, yeah. I do have 35 sets left that I did not sell, so those are up on my Facebook page. Eventually, we will, sometime this week, hopefully, we'll have the website up.
Yeah.
Yes, Cindy, he said that 3 treatments was the best way to go. And so
Sorry, guys.
I did 3, but I think it's just so bad. But we talked to him for a long time. They recommended the CBD salve, and so we did get some of that. I spent some of my CC money on that to see if it helps. It's 100% money back guarantee if it doesn't, so, or whatever, if I decide that I don't like it. So we'll see how that goes. I just know that the doctor's stuff has been working, my doctor's stuff has been working, but it's still, there's still pain there. So it would be nice not to have that issue. It would be nice to actually feel like a 32-year-old.
You know what else is really nice?
What?
2-ply toilet paper. Right? Am I right, people who are at the conference? 2-ply toilet paper is very nice, isn't it? I think next year we're going to bring our own. This ain't Charmin, I can tell you that right now. You hear you lie?
Oh my goodness. That's funny. So we keep saying bless your heart. So the friends that we made there, one of them, he said that. He's like, bless your heart, and his wife.
Or bless their heart. He said about somebody else.
Yeah. And so we told him, you do realize they're not far behind us. She just sent me a picture of the arch. She said, you do realize, I keep trying to tell him that it's not that is not necessarily a good thing. Like when you're saying that to people, you're like,
I told him, I told him, I said, you realize in the South, bless your heart is slang for you're an idiot, right?
So this morning, all that being said, we kept joking about it all weekend, and so I know they're gonna watch this later. So this morning, Eli, Dustin asked if he could watch the Dean Odell bullcrap video from yesterday. Because
Dean preached about me yesterday during his sermon.
And so
by the way, he said that I out of the blue started attacking them again. I didn't attack them for one. The only thing that I did in the past week was on people's reviews of his page where people had said, Dean preaches the truth. I'm paying attention. I seen that, Rocco. Where they said Dean preaches the truth. I commented and said, you do realize that Psalms 119, 165 says that the law of God is truth, and Dean preaches against the law of God, so therefore Dean doesn't preach the truth. That's the only thing I've said. But he says that I started attacking them, and so he had his what did he call it?
Investigators.
His investigators do some investigating and watch my videos and my social media stuff. And so he picks a post that I wrote back on October 1st and reads, what did I say? October 1st? August 1st. And starts to read a comment that I wrote in reply to somebody else. So anyways.
So anyhow, so we're listening to the video.
We decided to listen to the whole thing, not just the part about where he's
asleep. But he's saying that, let me go look because I wrote it down exactly what it was.
Remember that if you disobey God, there's no punishment.
Yeah, he was making a correlation that there's people that say that, you can go out and freely disobey God and there's no consequences for it. And I'm thinking, like you do, Dean. You do that.
And I was in the, I
And first Cassie heard him say that, and she goes, knowing what his history is and what he preaches.
I'm like, he's an idiot.
and then I went, bless your heart.
You're like, oh, bless his heart. I was like, Dustin and I started crying. I was laughing so hard. I could not, like, I'm like, I'm going to pee my pants. It was so funny.
Bless his heart.
Anyways, so yeah.
Yeah. So Dean must be getting pretty desperate if he's got to, take 30 minutes of his sermon to preach about me.
Who cares? We don't even need to give him time.
Called me a Torah freak. I'll take that as a compliment. A black bearded heretic. He even says this comment about, he knew that we were at Take on the World selling Zeet Seats and beard oil. And he says selling Zeet Seats or beard soap for their trimmed beards they're not supposed to trim. So it's like,
we're flowing now, Gina. We're not stuck.
It's like, even that right there, it's like, where's the Bible say you can't trim your beard? It doesn't. It doesn't say that. It says not to mar the edges of your beard. Now, if you are uneducated or unstable and don't bother doing research, you might think, yeah, that means don't trim your beard. But yeah, go ahead and take a second grade elementary education stab at it and just think that and don't look into it. Don't see if your viewpoint creates contradictions in other parts of the scripture. I don't know, like where it says if you have a skin lesion, part of your cleansing is to shave your entire body. Hello. Or how about if you take a Nazirite vow and then you shave your entire body? Hello.
We're at exit 280, Gina.
So, yeah, more videos to come on that, I'm sure, in the future.
I don't even know why we give him the time of day. Anyhow, so we are on our way home. We had an awesome time. I wouldn't say we really got much family time in because every session he could be at, he was at. They're at a standstill. Yeah, you're right where we were. It was coming for us where the construction is.
Yeah.
I think we were like right in the beginning of that. So, but yeah, so we had so much fun. I'm glad that we went. Keep Dean starving for attention. Christ
lives, Christ saves, his bumper sticker says.
I agree, Ben. So we had fun. I was glad that we got to go because it wasn't even on our radar and wasn't on our list of things. No, Eli. I'm glad that we went. You ate it up. It's your thing.
Mm-hmm.
Totally. It's really not my thing, but
yeah, the Tim Hortons wasn't that good though. What I brew at home tastes better than what I got from the store, to be honest.
But that's okay.
So
we plan on going next year. We'll plan for it this time so we can maybe stay an extra day.
Is it always, I wonder, is it always the last weekend in August before Labor Day?
I think so. Because Marla said that she was there last year at that time.
Okay.
At the same time. Like it showed up on our memories. So it's probably, they don't know if they're going to do it again. So.
What, really?
Well, I mean, he said that in his video today that, that they'll see where the Father leads them.
Huh.
That's how it is. We hope they do it again because we enjoyed ourselves. Eli had a lot of fun. Yeah. I'm just exhausted and tired and I'm ready for some sleep in my own bed.
Right? That's what I'm thinking. So I can't wait to get home and sleep in my own bed. And I'll get to do it for one night and then get back on the road.
From Isaiah 46:10.
What's that?
Yeah, they probably, even Gina and Philip, they say, we don't know if we'll do it again next year. Like if the Father's leading them, he might say no, enough's enough for, I don't want you to do this again. So, I get it. I got to clean my car off now because We gotta take on the world all over. Somebody actually asked us today.
The lady at the Ohio toll booth, she's like, taking on the world, huh? I'm like, yeah. She said, so what sport are we in? I'm like, well, it's not a sport. I said, it's a, well, she said, well, what is it then? I said, it's a Biblical Truth Conference. She says, oh, okay. So.
I will say something interesting happened to me, though, yesterday. You were already up there, I believe. And I had got up and walked up to, from the campsite up to the gymnasium. And a lady stopped me and asked me how my back was feeling because she saw the night before that I did the treatment with Dr. Alfonso. And so she said,
Sorry, pardon me.
She asked me if, asked me if I noticed any difference. And I said, I noticed a difference, but the pain's still there. Like it hasn't went away. And she said, well, I'm a healer and I can heal you if you want. And I was like,
red flag.
Like, stepped back a little bit. And she said, she said, I don't have to touch you. It's a gift from God. And so I respectfully said, I said, I need to talk to my husband about that. He's my covering as the head of our family. I said, I need to talk to him about that first. And so she said, I understand. She said, when you say that you're a healer, she said, most people, step back and go, whoa. And I'm thinking, well,
don't say that then.
There's a red flag. But the thing with this specific lady was that I was kind of creeped out about her before that. And I kind of just had this weird feeling. And so once she said that, I pulled away and I was like, I'm good. So,
not that we,
said someone that said there were witches there. Yes, I heard the same thing. And so I just pulled away and went and told him. And so, whether there was or not, who knows? I don't know. I just know I didn't want to be a part of that. I'm not saying that can't happen, that you can't be healed or someone can't pray over you and you be healed.
Right, because people
because I believe that. I believe that can happen.
Red lights.
I absolutely believe that, but scripture says that they'll lay hands on the sick. So if you're saying that you can pray over me and you can heal my body without even touching me, I don't know.
Well, I would say you don't have to touch on it because in the Bible, didn't Paul, touch or pray over handkerchiefs and they were sent to people and they were healed by just hanging on to them?
Yeah. I don't know. It was just weird. This lady just really creeped me out.
In half a mile, keep left to stay on I-44.
Really, really creeped me out.
I think if you have to go around telling people I'm a healer and I can heal you, it's like that's a red flag. If you're a healer and you can heal people, you actually can heal people, then you shouldn't need to announce it. Just pray and let them be healed.
Keep left to stay on I-44.
Yeah, claiming she's the healer. That's right, Cindy. She's not the healer. The Father and Yeshua, they're the healers. They're the ones. We're just the conduit that He uses. There's no power in and of ourselves. It's all through Him.
And I don't want to say that she, isn't, or I don't want to say that
Nate Wolf's calling me.
That I was wrong.
Nate Wolf, I'll get back to you, buddy, after we're off our show.
It really needs to be charged too. It's red.
No, it's not red.
Oh.
I have the battery saver mode on.
Okay. So, anyways, there's that. We probably should get off so you can call him.
Okay.
Back. I met his family and they were so super sweet.
I don't know if I ever did officially meet his wife, to be honest.
I did.
Did you?
His daughter, I met his daughter too. She came over and we gifted them some seeds. And it was the sweetest thing because you never know, like, oh, there's White Castle. You never know if,
Squirrel.
if like in that situation, you know, we gifted him some. Well, he traded a book for one.
Well, I told him, you know, when he told me here a month ago that that they're Torah observant now, I told him, I said, look, the commandment says you need to make your own seats. You need to make your own. I said, but until, you know, I'll have Cassie make some. I say we, it's you. I have Cassie make you guys some seats. We'd like to give you your first set, but you still need to make your own. So he said, well, thank you, you know, whatever. And he wanted to pay for them. I'm like, no, it's a blessing. It's a blessing for us to bless you.
And we do that a lot. Where
so he's like, well, he says, I'll give you my book then. I'm like, I'm fine with that. You know, if you want to do that.
If somebody's new to Torah, we do that a lot. We'll do like some kind of deal with them. It's just what it is. And so thank you, Gina.
Thanks, Gina.
But his daughter came over, and I didn't know if she was really wanting them or if it was like, you know, Dad wanted her to have some. You know, we really didn't know. And so anyway, she came over and she picked some out, and so she got some. She actually got some of the Ahava ones, the YHVH, the letter ones. And like 5 minutes later, I saw her wearing them and she was showing somebody. I was like, that just totally blessed me, because it was like she wanted to wear them. She it was her desire to.
It was the desire of her heart.
Yeah, and it totally blessed me that she was doing that. That was one of and I shouldn't say it's an issue. It's not an issue. It's just, it was one of the things that this weekend that like pulled on my heart is there were so many women that weren't wearing them, and there were a lot of men that at least that we saw that we didn't see wearing them either. And
well, it's not that, I mean, Take on the World is not a like Torah only comment. I mean, it's flat Earth too, you know. So if I didn't see people wearing them, I'm like, well, you know, they're probably not a Hebrew. You know, they're a flat earther.
But there are women that we knew that weren't, and they just said they don't see it. They see it as that it's for the men only. And I said, well, it doesn't say men. It says children of Israel. It doesn't say men of Israel. It says children of Israel. And I'm his child, just like he is. So why wouldn't I wear them? And
because they're supposed to remind you of his commandments. Women need reminding of the commandments just like men do.
So anyways, this lady, I've talked to her online, and I'm not going to say her name in case she watches this, whatever. She knows who she is, but I'm not going to say her name. She came up, and I talked to her online, and she really, really wants to wear zits. Like, she wants to wear them so badly. She's been in Torah since 2007, but her husband is not. And she feels like right now that having peace in her home is more important, and she doesn't want to cause issues with her and her husband. And I totally respect that. And I told her, I said, I understand and I agree with you. If Dustin, you know, if there's something that I'm convicted on, but Dustin, like, it would cause issues in our marriage, I don't believe that the Father would want me to go through with that. I think that he would want me to pray about it and not cause like that kind of division in our home. But my heart just like totally broke for this woman, because her desire is to follow his commandments. Her desire is to be obedient. And she can't because of the situation that she's in at home. But yet there's all these women that totally can do it that are choosing not to. Or these people, not just women, but people that can, and they choose not to. And it's just like, you're taking something that is a gift to you, or I don't want to call it a gift, but you're taking something that you absolutely should do. And I believe everybody should wear zits. I understand some don't. That's on like that's totally your family. But I do believe that we're all supposed to. Okay, not today saying you're not going to keep interrupting me. Saying you're not going to keep interrupting me. Anyways, there's my 2 cents.
That was a lot more than 2 cents. You just gave everybody $1.50 right there.
$1.50.
$1.50. $1.50.
Anyhow.
Driving, Steve.
Anyhow.
Driving.
Anyways, we probably should get off of here though.
Yeah, we're west of St. Louis now. We're gonna start going up and down through the hills of the Ozark foothills, and signal's gonna come and go. So, and I need to call Nate back. So, we love you guys. We'll see you this Saturday. Don't know what much we'll have to talk about on Saturday night since we discovered the big night. This week's probably gonna be pretty boring, to be honest. It's gonna be a short week for me at work, and next week too.
Don't start talking.
If it's not the third goodbye, it's not a real goodbye. So
we'll see y'all later.
Thank y'all for we lost a bunch of them when it disconnected.
White Castle again.
So
White Castle.
Hey, let's go to Six Flags. It's 4 minutes away.
Let's go White Castle.
So see you guys. Love y'all. We'll catch you next week.
Bye.
Bye.